When I chose my university, I asked myself who I really want to be.
I want to be challenged by pioneer experiments.
I want to be taught by leaders in my academic field.
I want to be a person who can save human lives.
I want to be immersed into the vibrant environment.
Before I came to China, I knew Xi'an Jiaotong University was a highly ranked university in Asia. There are more than 120 English-taught programs in 26 schools for me to choose, even though the university focuses more on engineering and science.
Top talents, scientific research equipment, and industrial elites all gather here at Jiaotong. Curiosity and the spirit of innovation drive us and keep us moving forward. The endless, innovative scientific research brings us infinite imagination.
I'm surrounded by the greatest minds. Academic progression is inevitable with the knowledge to guide and shape us.
Xi'an Jiaotong University is amongst the first universities in China to teach full-time international undergraduate medical students in English. After I graduate, I will have the opportunity to obtain a doctor's license in my country.
Before I came to China, I was a little bit worried about the application because I did not know if I could afford it or not. But luckily, financial aid helped me a lot. Thanks to the bursary system in Jiaotong, I have more time to focus on my studies. You can find almost any book that you like in the library. The university has also released 100 classics, allowing me to understand China more.
You will never get bored if studying in Jiaotong. You can experience 1,000-year history just in the campus, as well as multicultural atmosphere. Like Innovation Harbor.
Now I am in the I-Harbor. Jiaotong is considered as an unlimited university. Here on campus, there are no geographical restrictions, no boundaries for academic disciplines, and no nationality restrictions for talents. In I-Harbor, an open and shared platform will create infinite possibilities for my future.
In I-Harbor, you don't need to bring any cash. You could just take a cell phone or a student card to experience a smart life on the 5G campus in Smart Town. Spending time in the canteen is one of the most exciting parts of my daily life in Jiaotong because I get to eat a lot of delicious food and meet people from all across the world. Hey guys! Today the food looks delicious, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, let's take a photo. Say hello everyone!
Jiaotong is like global community with more than 3,000 international students from approximately 140 countries in the world.
I can take every opportunity to take my learnings outside of the classroom and involve myself into kind of extracurriculum activities.
They say, if you've never been to Xi'an, then you've never been to China.
I love exploring the city. There are so many historical places that you can visit and discover. I am so happy to live in a city that inspires me. Xi'an Jiaotong University is located in this amazing combination of fabulous culture, history, and modernity. And this is where we study.
helps me to develop my curiosity.
and critical thinking skills.
My ideas can be tested here.
I will acquire not only future professional knowledge in Jiaotong,
but also the ability to create infinite possibilities.
Jiaoda helps me to discover who I want to be. Just take a chance and join Jiaoda.
Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the Xi'an Jiaotong University admission webinar for 2020 International Students Program. And I am the admission officer from Xi'an Jiaotong University. And today we are going to have the introduction to the programs of the School of Public Policy and Administration of our university. And it is a great honor to have Professor Meng Fanrong from the School of Public Policy and Administration. Currently, she is the Executive Director of Performance Management Research Center of Xi'an Jiaotong University, and her main research interests are S&T policy and evaluation, public sector, performance management, and she has presided and participated in several projects entrusted by the National Natural Science Foundation of China, the National Social Science Foundation of China, the provincial and ministerial funds, and published more than 40 papers in SCI and CSSCI journals, and 2 monographs. Now let's welcome to Professor Meng to give us some information about the School of Public Policy and Administration.
Hello everyone, I'm Fanrong Meng from School of Public Policy and Administration. It's my great pleasure to introduce our school to you this afternoon, and I will take about 30 minutes to introduce our school. So I will introduce.
Yeah, sorry, Professor Meng, would you please to turn on your camera?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, great.
Yeah, you can see me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will introduce my school from these 4 aspects. So about the people, about our research, and our students, and also for the future, what will we do? Firstly, it's about our team. These 3 pictures show us the leadership of our school. Our school was established in 2004, and our school was headed by the Professor Jiang Zhenghua, who was a well-known population economist in China and a vice chairman of the 9th and 10th National People's Congress Standing Committee. So the people, the old man in the bigger picture is our dean, Professor Jiang Zhenghua. And the other 2 pictures, the old man, the lady, are the famous professors in our school, and they are very distinguished professor and also very famous in China in the research field, in management research field. So our school adhere to the tenet of China's issue, international vision, and serving the society. So we take the major public administration issue in the transition period as a research core, paying attention to the major needs of society and the country. And we also adhere to the unity of academic and applied discipline construction. So at present, our school has 68 teachers, including 30 professors. 10 of them has been selected into the National Talent Plan. And we also have 1 research team has been selected into the National Innovation Team. 7 scholars have been selected to the New Century Talents of the Ministry of Education. So from these 2 pictures, you can see the composition of the faculty. Now we have 30 professors. You can see the percentage has reached 45. And also there are 30% of teachers are the associate professor. So altogether, there are about 75% of teachers are in the senior position. And also you can see the age position. We have mainly, our school was mainly supported by the middle-aged teachers. So the teachers at the age of 31 to 40 years old occupies 34%. and also 40 to 50 years old teachers occupies 30%. So altogether, there are more than there are about 65% of teachers at the middle age, like between 30 to 50. So it's also this is a very golden time. We can say golden time for a teacher to make a lot of productions. Because of the excellent research or academic performance, some professors were selected for the national talent plans. So we have the Changjiang scholars for the distinguished professor, and also some young professors like our executive dean, Professor Zhou Zhongliang, was selected as the Changjiang Scholar Youth Project of the Ministry of Education. So in the different layers of talent, national talent plan, our school also all have some professors were got these awards. And for the structure of the school, you can see this picture. It showed the how our school was composed. We have one big department and 4 research institutes, and there are also some one experiment center to support the students' research work. We also have some 10 research centers, and these 10 research centers was supported by the famous professors who focus on a specific research field, and they can produce some specific research output by these centers. We also have some training centers for the part-time students, and now they are working in some other places, but if they got a chance to study here, they can join the MPA program. Now we have 2 campuses, so the school was operated by the 2 campus operating system. So we have the undergraduate students college locates in Xinqing campus. The gray part, you can see the gray part, which also refers to the department. It focuses on the undergraduate students education. So it's in the Xinqing Park. And our postgraduate students and most of the research work locates in the Institute of Public Policy and Development, and which was at the Innovation Harbor. So just now I mentioned we have 4 institutes, and these 4 institutes refers to the 4 institutes at the Innovation Harbor. And the academic decisions was made by 2 committees, the academic committee and the degree committee. And there are some administrative decisions was made by some joint meeting by the party and the executive team. The 4 institutes refers to the Institutes for Population and Development Studies, for Innovation in Government Management and Governance, and the Institutes for Social Development and Social Security, and the Institutes for Health Management and Policy. Besides of these 4 institutes, the Advanced Training Center will work for the people who are working in government and some public institutes, and gives some short-term or long-term trainings. And as a base of the whole school consists of 10 research centers. So the main body of our school are the 4 institutes, and these 4 institutes have the different research directions. So for the Institute of Population and Development, whose head is Professor Li Shuzhuo, who was also a Changjiang scholar. At this institute have 22 faculties, and they mainly support the discipline of management and demography. They study the population mobility and migration, aging and health, gender and development, ecology, environment and development, land and resource management. The Institute for Innovation in Government Management and Governance was headed by Professor Zhu Zhengwei. We have 21 faculties and support the political science and management discipline. Our research direction focus on the emergency management and risk governance, social computing and collaborative governance, government reform and innovation, and public policy analysis. So I'm working in this institute. The third institute is for the social development and social security, which was headed by Professor Zhang Sifeng. They have 14 faculties, and they mainly support the sociology and management discipline. The research directions includes the social insurance system, assistance and social welfare system, old age service system and policy, health security, and sanitation management and service, anti-poverty policy and governance, and social development. And there's one, the fourth institute is for the health management and policy, which was headed by Professor Gao Jieming. They have only 14 faculties. Although the number of the teachers are not a lot, but they did a lot of great work, especially in recent 3 years because of the COVID-19 pandemic. They produced quite a lot of research suggestions to the government, and their research directions include the construction of medical and health system, public health policy, basic medical security system, hospital management, residents' health, equity of health service, and the effective evaluation of health policy implementation. So these are the main body of our school. If you have interest in studying here, you can choose the interested research directions from these 4 institutes. And we also have very extensive research collaboration with the government and some other academic institutes. In recent years, the accumulated amount of scientific research funds of our school has received 134 million yuan. We have more than 100 national projects, which includes the national social science major project and the key project. This is the top level academic projects, and we got quite a lot of projects here. We also have some projects supported by the National Nature Science Fund, more than about 60 programs, and 53 National Social Science Fund. So all these national research projects reflected the top level research capability of our school. Besides of these national projects, we also have some projects with the local governments, with some enterprises, which may be not listed here, but they are also very useful to the development, to the country or social development. We also awarded quite a lot of research prize, such as the professional and the ministry first prize, about 6, and also more than 25 provincial and ministry second prize, and 40 provincial and ministry third prize, because of this their excellent work. We also have some international cooperation projects. It's almost 30 programs, so which reflected our extensive international collaboration. Based on these research programs, we have published almost 500 ICL or SSCI journal papers. These are all the English papers. We also have more than 100 papers, Chinese papers published on the CSSCI journals. And this journals refers to the excellent journals in the academic field. We also published more than 80 academic monographs and textbooks. In recent 10 years, you can see the increasement of our research funds. So especially in last year, you can see the research funds has reached 15 million, 15 million yuan, 50 million yuan. This is top level. This is also a new mark, a new top mark of our school, the highest school, the highest level of our school. So because our school was established in 2004, so you can see the funding was the number of funding was began from the 3 million to 50 million. It's a very big increasement. For the published papers, you can see the green bar. It showed the increasement of the English papers. So the green bar shows us the paper by the SCI or SSCI journals. So it also increased, and even in last year, it has more than 100 papers, and even more than the Chinese papers publishment. So it is a great change, and also showed the international production, international paper production of our school. We have quite a lot of cooperation with the government and some other universities. So now, so far, we have 9 think tank base. So what are the think tank base? Which means we mainly produce the some scientific-based research policy or the research output. So it would help the local governments to make some new policies. And these policies, these suggestions were all based on scientific research or evidence-based policy, help the evidence-based policy making. So these 9 think tanks were cooperate with the local government and some local government department like the Medical Insurance Bureau. And we also have some think tank with the Ministry of Civil Affairs. So this is a national level department or ministry. So which showed our research output can work for the government and work for the social development very well. So these are the pictures show the establishment of the think park, and we signed the agreement with the different government departments and the universities. So because of this practical work, many of this practical result was adopted and applied by the provincial and the ministry ministries in recent 10 years. So altogether there are about 33 proofs, 33 results approved by or adopted by the governments. So this research result mainly focus on some policies like aging policy, health policy, educational policy, and which can help the government work quite a lot. So you can see the pictures of the leaders' agreement and the leaders' comments on this research work. And our work also were also reported by some abroad journals or medias. For example, Professor Li Shuzhuo's teamwork has been reported by Science, and he also got the highest rank award in the management in China. Besides of the practical work or policy suggestions to the government, we have global cooperation with the other overseas universities. For example, in the United States, we have the partner. With Howard University, Stanford University, and the University of Southern California, and Central Florida, Indiana University, etc. And we have not only the teachers but also the students have very frequent exchange to each universities. in Canada, we have the cooperation with University of Toronto and the University of Victoria. So these are all the top universities in Canada. And in France, we have very deep cooperation, such as collaborative research project together with the French National Research Center for Demography. And in UK, we cooperate with the University of Oxford, University of Edinburgh, and the University of Liverpool. In Australia, we have the friends in University of New South Wales, Monash University, Australian National University, etc. And also even in Japan, Taiwan, and Hong Kong, we have some researchers cooperate together. Because of all this excellent research work and excellent teachers, we can make a good education to the students. So for the diversity, we have a very diversified students covered from the undergraduate level to the postgraduate level and the doctoral programs. So the students in different levels can find their position in different programs. So some, and not only the full-time students, but also the part-time students, they all can get the short-term or long-term training. The MPA program and the professional trainings are mainly for the students who are worked. We don't have quite a lot of number of undergraduate students. So you can see every year our students number are only around 40 students at the undergraduate level. They get a bachelor degree. But we have quite a lot of postgraduate students numbers. You can see it's 5 times. Yeah, the postgraduate number are 5 times of the graduate students, of the undergraduate students. Especially for the part-time MPA students, in recent years, from the national, the Ministry of Education gave us quite a lot of numbers to adopt these students. And for the academic students who are full-time masters, it's around 40 or 50 number. And every year we also have around more than 20 PhD students. And these PhD students are just refers to the full-time Chinese students PhD, not including the international students. So for the international students, they have the other program, international program. The students because of the good quality and quantity of our school students output, they are welcomed by the society. So in the past 5 years, we have 47 doctoral academic forums and 2 doctoral workshops have been held with more than 1,500 students participating. The students have published more than 200 Chinese papers and more than and almost 100 high-level international journal papers as the first author. And 24 students were awarded national scholarships. 18 students were awarded social scholarships, and 4 students were awarded outstanding graduate students at the school level. So these are the students' quality. Our students have quite a lot of chance to participate in the field work. So you can see these pictures. It showed us how the students make the investigation. They have the questionnaire investigation in the country, in the countryside, in the village, in the factory, in the community. So they produced quite a lot of practical suggestions to the policy. Here are some numbers that like the more than 40 students participate in the social practice activities during the summer vacation. So actually through the whole year, the different professors will organize their investigation teams to go to the different places, not just in Xi'an or Shanxi province, but also in the whole country. They would do their investigation which related to the research programs. So the students of our school has participated in voluntary service for a total of more than 3,080 hours. The master student Hu Siqi was awarded the title of Outstanding Volunteer of Western Programs in the Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, and students also have won 14 national level competition awards, such as the China Postgraduate Public Management Case Analysis Content and the Challenger Cup, and the 5 provincial level competition awards. So the colorful and various activity helped the students got a lot of achievement. So this the students would go to the government and some universities and institutes. So this mainly refers to the Chinese students. And in the future, especially the next 5 years, the goal of our discipline development is guided by the orientation of 4 orientations and being grounded in the West, serving the country and being first world class, and based on the current situation of discipline development in universities and colleges. And meanwhile, we adhere to the development direction of mainstreaming and creating special features. We will deepen the reform of system and mechanism in the fields of party and construction guidance and the organizational structure, and strive to the top 5% of a country within 5 years. In the past, actually, our school was listed in the top 10 school of the top 10 schools in the public administration field. So the top 10 also top 10 rank top 10 also means the top level of our school. So I think it's also around 5%, the top 5%. And in the next few years, we will try to improve the rank of our school. Okay, so these are our plan in the team building and the personal training. So welcome to our school, and I hope you can get your interested research field and the position. Okay, that's all my work. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much to Professor Meng, and I believe everybody got a great understanding about the School of Public Administration. And thank you very much, Ms. Meng. And I believe I found some students are asking questions about the application, and I'm gonna give you a brief introduction about the Xi'an Jiaotong University generally, and information about the administration. Well, some students may not know where our university is located, and our university is located in the city of Xi'an, which is almost in the middle of China. So, you know, it is very convenient for students to travel around if you study here. And you know, Xi'an is a historical city, and it was the capital of 13 dynasties in Chinese history and the starting point of the Silk Road. And you know, there are many historical places such as the terracotta warriors, and you can experience Chinese culture just in our university. And if you study or live in Xi'an, I guess you can experience a lot of Chinese culture, and at the same time, Xi'an is full of abundant educational resources, and you know, the residents here are very friendly and they can speak Mandarin, and I believe Xi'an is the best place for you to study Chinese and understand China. Well, now let's move to the part of Xi'an Jiaotong University. Well, our university has a very long history, and it was founded in 1896 and was named Jiaotong University in 1921. In 1956, Jiaotong University transferred to Xi'an and became Xi'an Jiaotong University in 1959. And our university is quite a leading university in China, and as a member of C9 League universities and a double first-class university in China, we ranked 52nd in Asia in QS University rankings of mainland China and the 11th in 2021 Shanghai ranking of mainland China. And our university is a comprehensive research university with 9 subjects, and there are more than 80 majors in 27 schools for international students to choose. And 14 disciplines are ranked above Class A in China, such as mechanical engineering, applied economics, etc. Among them, power engineering and the electrical engineering ranked A+. That means ranked top 1 in China. And our university has more than 42,000 students and more than 2,000 professors in 4 campuses. And now there are more than 2,000 international students in 130 countries in our university. So we provided international students with degree courses of bachelor, master, and PhD, as well as non-degree courses such as the Chinese language program or exchanging student program. In Chinese program, your Chinese listening, speaking, reading, and writing will be practiced, and you can also select some Chinese writing, Taiji, painting as selective courses. And some students may want to apply for a bachelor program but not satisfied with the requirements. So our university provided the pre-university foundation programs. And during the foundation, your Chinese language skills are improved, and you will be provided a basic knowledge of science and engineering, such as some courses like mathematics, Chinese, economics, and business major Chinese. Every July, we offer a summer camp based on the University Alliance of the Silk Road, and students will study Chinese, listen to academic lectures during the summer camp, and the lectures are offered by professors of our universities or some CEOs from some companies globally in English, and we believe every student can get the most frontier knowledge during the summer camp. And as I mentioned, that our university provides more than 80 majors for international students to choose, and we can have a look at some special majors such as the English taught MBBS, which is the clinical and dentistry courses. And as for the Chinese taught programs, we provide especially for international students in bachelor in the major of international economics and trade, Chinese language, business Chinese, mechanical engineering, big data management and application, and network and new media public administration, which you just got an understanding from Ms. Meng, and the computer science and technology. So, they are taught by Chinese, and these are taught by English for bachelor. And as for the level of master and the PhD program, we have so many majors for students to apply for. And, some majors such as the business administration, economics, control science, and engineering or laws, China's reform and development studies are very famous in the application of international students. And here is the tuition fees of our university for each program. As for application fee, and students need to pay for 500 RMB for self-funded programs and 800 RMB for the scholarship programs. And the different programs may be you need to charge different fees for different programs. And you can also visit this information in our website. So this for the tuition fees information about the Chinese language programs and foundation programs. Now let's move to the part of scholarship which most of the students are very interested. You know, our university provides a lot of scholarship opportunities. And as for the international freshmen, for bachelor students, we provided the different deductions of your tuition fees, as well as monthly living allowance based on your examining of your application for the first year. And we also provide the Chinese government scholarship that you may know that a lot of university provides, and they will give you exemption from tuition fees, free accommodation, comprehensive medical insurance, or monthly living allowance for the postgraduate students if you applied successfully. And as for the Chinese language students, and the International Chinese Language Teachers Scholarship are very welcoming from the international students, and also give you this kind of deduction and allowance. And you know, our university and the government of the city also very support the international students. So they would build the Xi'an Jiaotong University Xi'an scholarship with the exemption of tuition fees and monthly living allowance, as well as the Xi'an Belt and Road scholarship for monthly scholarship of 10 months. So we are very welcome students to apply for this scholarship. Well, then let's move to the part of some pictures to see the facilities of our university. And what you have seen now is the accommodation for international students in iHarbor campus. And our university provides different types of rooms with different prices for international students, and all rooms are facilitated with shower and air conditioner. And these are the classrooms and the stadium and library. And as our university is quite an engineering focused university, so we have many labs in the campus. And you know, our university has 3 museums, so you can just experience the Chinese history and culture just in the campus. And these are the libraries, and we have different libraries in different campuses, so you don't need to commute if you want to have some books in your campus. And you know, every month our university organized different activities for international students. So these are the picture of International Cultural Festival, so that you can show your food or culture in your country, or you can also try some Chinese dancing to show in the international students party. And these are some Chinese language practice for you to experience Chinese culture. And these are the sports meetings, so you can compete with Chinese students together. And then I think most of the students are very curious about how to join the Xi'an Jiaotong University. Well, and you know, as for the eligibility of the bachelor, and we hope that students under the age, during the age from 18 to 25 with good health status. And if you want to apply for a Chinese top program, you need to have the HSK4 with a minimum of 60 in all sub-skills. And the application is just underway, so we hope that if you want to apply, so just hurry up. And these are the requirements for the postgraduate students. So you know, you need to have a bachelor or master degree if you want to apply for the master or PhD program. And you know, the application schedule is running short. So we hope that you can submit your application as soon as possible. And as for foundation program, there are two types of foundation, which is International Foundation Program and 1+4 Foundation Bachelor Program. So the foundation courses can be arranged according to your HSK level, and then it is also welcoming your application. And you need to prepare all the documents and such as the highest diploma with notarized copy, and the transcripts in the latest study period, and the language proficiency, and your ordinary passport with the physical examination record and the blood test report. And all the documents must be scanned and then uploaded in our application system for review. And the notarized Chinese or English versions are required, and we don't accept any hard copies. So you just upload all the electronic copies into the application. And after you prepared well your documents, you can log into this online application system. So you just register and then fill in your information and upload all your prepared well documents, and then pay the application fees online. Then you just need to wait for the email notice for any following notice or interview notice. And if you want to have more information about the online application guide, you can log into this website or in our xie.xjtu.edu.cn website to click the application guide for detailed information. Well, that brings me to the end of my introduction, and we sincerely welcome you to Xi'an Jiaotong University. And this is the contact information of our admission office, and you can also scan our QR code from the WeChat in the right. And we are also welcoming your follow-up for our SNS website and the Instagram, etc. And thank you very much for your watching. And I saw lots of students asking questions in the chat room. So let's have a look. Okay, so there is a student asking how many foreigners are there. So at present we have 2,000 international students in our university. And the Ruwa Alawia asked some question that you want to know more about the School of Stomatology application. Next week we are gonna have a webinar of this school, so don't miss it. And the Yula asked that you wanna get a written form because interest is oh, so you want to have some written form about the introduction, and you can also log into our website, and there are some PDF versions so that you can print it. So just visit our website and go to the postgraduate or undergraduate program, and there are PDF version of introduction that you can download. And there is a student asking about the deadline of the application. Well, the March 15th is the deadline of the postgraduate application. And as for the undergraduate, the deadline is June 30th. Okay, so there is a student asking that, is there the PhD scholarship of public administration and the public policy? Yes, you can try to apply for the PhD application and to apply for the scholarship of this school. Yes, for the Kaber action, yes, you can apply, and the application is underway. So please just hurry up to apply for it. When are decisions are successfully released after submitting application? Well, after you submitting your applications, you're gonna, if you pass the initial review, and we will transfer your application to the school for academic review. And there is a team of admission committee to review your application. And I think the final decision will be announced in May or June. So please be patient to wait for the next procedure and the result of the admission. So there is a asking that a collaboration with our university. Well, welcome. Where can I submit to if you want to collaborate with our university, and you can also email this email address adm-sie@xjtu.edu.cn, and we are also very welcoming your collaboration with our university. Shall I be? So there is student asking that, shall the foreign students be able to join the on-campus lectures in the upcoming session? Well, you know, the academic situation is quite complicated to predict. So we are hoping that that we can have the on-campus lectures in the upcoming sessions. Well, we will wait positively. Okay, so there's student asking about the MBBS. You know, you can try to apply. So there is also a student asking if you have the international relations program. And well, actually, we don't have this international relations major, but you can try to read our introduction about the postgraduate to see if a similar majors or programs that you can apply for. Well, actually, you know, we have, you know, all of the majors we provided are almost I mean, the application for scholarship for most of the majors are open for international students. So so you don't need to ask if this major are offered by scholarships. And we are very welcoming your application, but you know, it's quite based on your academic background and comprehensive background. So just welcome your applying for the scholarship of our university. Do you offer MBA program? Yes, we offer the business administration program to foreign students, and you can also try to apply for. Okay, yeah, so there are so many questions about the application. The application fee needs to submit after. So the application fee needs to submit after initial review. Yeah, after initial review, we will give you a notice about the application fee and how to pay for it. So you can just follow the email if you pass the initial review. So there are students asking, will there be language courses even for English top programs? And you have HSK2 and learn Chinese language with the posted. Well, if you want to study, if you want to take a postgraduate courses, I think you don't have a lot of energy or time to focus on the Chinese language. You have to focus more on your specialty, your postgraduate courses. You know, actually, we offer Chinese language separately, which I introduced before. So I think you have to choose just the one. Okay, so there is student asking that is an English certificate mandatory. You know, if you want to apply for English taught programs, so the English certificate for proficiency is required. So yes, you need if you want to apply for the English taught courses. Okay, yeah, I think I finished most of the question, and thank you very much for everyone's participation. And if you have more questions, and welcome to email us, and we will reply you back. And thank you very much for participation, and so see you next time. Okay, bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.